Is that the dog?
Are we there yet?
Did you just throw the dog?
That's what it looked like.
Yeet.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Lord.
We have renamed your dog to Nike.
Here's the thing. Like if you're listening to this audio only, you are missing out tonight for sure. Because I have a brand new puppy that's just running rampant behind me, and sometimes she's on screen, and when she's not, I'm deeply worried.
So take a blank bingo card, and then on most of the squares.
How many
I want
times
you to write-
does Atkins leave the stream for 10 or 15 seconds to scold at a dog or rescue something from its mouth? I'm hoping that it just goes down here shortly, but I've been saying that for what, like 10 minutes now, I think.
So
Just
every
put dog in
time you
every
get
square.
photobombed, you're getting an inspiration. So you might as well just use them up.
Ooh.
Oh, well, let me.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Jamie.
No, don't move, don't move. That's not a photobomb.
This actually works for
Break
me. If
Jamie.
Jamie can frame it where I can kind of keep an eye on the bed, it would be for the best.
Oh,
Dog's like, nope.
no. No cameras, please.
Yeah, it's like
shy.
now I don't want to be on camera, right?
Now that you've given
No
me the option.
inspiration for you. What do you?
It's going to be fun. Hopefully, in another week's time, it will be better. And this is
It'll get better.
day 1.5 of having this dog. So rescued from a like a pound. She was a pound puppy.
Oh,
Did
It's
you?
like what, 3 years before they calm down, something like that.
That's funny.
I mean, without supplements. Yeah, like
So we should be level 12 by then.
Right? Level 4 year.
It's funny.
ooh, Pro Strat. Maybe I should set my phone up in like or like with it, the camera facing me and the camera facing like over my shoulder, so I can watch her. We're gonna try that and see how it goes.
like a baby mirror.
It is.
her.
It's like a little baby monitor. Maybe that'll work. Oh yeah, it's pretty keen. All right, we'll see how well that works.
Do we
Modern
need? Do
problems
we need?
require modern solutions.
That's right.
That's right.
First world problems.
We need Puppy
My
Cam
battery's
23.
dying.
Oh no.
All right, it'll work
And
for a while. Like I said, we got 7 minutes to bang this episode out. So
Everybody talk really fast.
We'll have to put it on 2 times speed to watch it now.
Yeah,
Did
did we hire the micro machine?
Blades?
Psychic blades. I hit something with a stick.
Uh-huh. I was going to say before, the middle square on the bingo card is subscribe to the YouTube channel. So if you do that, it's basically free.
We did a bingo on the BPN Discord, which you all should join and hang out with us. But I think that
Do
was last year. I think
was it the life crisis bingo? That one that was
Yeah.
happening in general.
I think so. Let's see if I
Like
can
the
find it.
cataclysm bingo, like
Yeah.
who had such and such national, like a national or natural disaster on their bingo card.
Yeah. There was
Yeah,
like-
and then we had killer wasps that appeared and then disappeared. It
That's
was
right.
amazing.
We did.
The timeline got corrected.
let's see. We had snow in Florida, which I think has happened. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not the last year, but let's see. Dino cloning is finally announced. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Donuts are confirmed healthy. You know,
What?
that was one.
Are you reading
Nobody
the
told
Onion?
me about that one.
I don't know.
I mean, I've always known.
Right. Let's see. Wes finishes Scrubs only twice. That was one of the boxes on bingo.
Already lost.
Yeah, already lost.
I think that's like the center square, though.
Oh, here's a fun one. BPN unleashes a video stream on the world.
Hmm.
2021.
We did that.
Yeah, we got that one. Check.
Ah. How many boxes are there in bingo? Was it 5x5?
Yeah,
I
5
think
by
that's
5.
correct.
NGO.
But yeah,
makes
we got
sense.
the free space in the middle, so you know. Oh, here's a fun one. Japan builds a Jaeger.
Bomb?
No, like from Pacific Rim. Yeah, the big mech.
Oh. Okay. We know where I spend my time.
I didn't know either.
I know what a Jaeger bomb is, but
Yeah,
Have you
about the extent.
have you not seen the classic Pacific Rim?
have you?
Yes,
Yes, I have.
it's good. It's really good.
Did you guys
It's not
bother with the
bad.
second one?
I think I watched some of the second one.
They got like
I
3
just
of
got
them,
inspiration. I already have it. I just got it.
Fucked it.
Got to use it to get it.
I have a somewhat controversial opinion on Guillermo del Toro in that I think he has more fun making his movies than I have watching them.
I don't know how controversial I would think that take actually is. I do think that he, I mean, really does enjoy the craft of what he does. He does. I don't know if are you commenting on just the bizarro-ness of so much of what he puts out there?
No, I felt specifically like Pacific Rim. It felt like he flew around in a helicopter and went, and then explosion there, and then the big robots, and then like it felt like somebody with a lot of money playing with very big toys.
Yeah, I feel like you're
but I-
confusing him with
I
Michael
hope
Bay.
he never stops.
What are
I
some
have
of
really
his
hard
other?
time
Yeah.
watching anything by Michael Bay.
Yeah, same energy, but I definitely prefer Del Toro.
I don't keep up too much. What else has he made?
Del Toro?
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth?
Pan's Labyrinth was one of the wilder ones. He did
Hellboy.
one of the Hellboys.
Hellboy 2?
Yeah, I think it's Hellboy 2.
Which is my favorite.
Yeah, it's
Of
the
all
better
of them, Hellboy
of the
2 is my
two for
favorite.
sure.
Yeah.
Which one is Hellboy 2? What happens?
The
in that?
second one.
The
I-
Golden Army.
Yes,
The one that came after the
Golden
first
Army.
one.
And we're done, folks. Thanks for coming.
It's the one where they delve so much deeper into the Fae, into the like the mystery of it, and the legendary, under the troll bridges and going to the Fae realm, and
Yeah.
I just loved it. Like just everything about it was so much better.
Is that the one that had the literal teeth fairy too? Like
Yeah.
those,
Mhm.
those were pretty creepy.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a Cthulhu fanatic, so the first one was great with the big tentacles and stuff, but that second one was great. And then that giant, what was it, life giant or something like that? The last one that, well, you've had time, so no spoilers. When it dies, its blood just turns into flowers, and I mean, just everything about that movie is fantastic. Like, so well done.
I don't remember if I've seen that one. I think I've seen that one because Alicia likes the Hellboy series, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anything from that movie? I have not seen Pan's Labyrinth.
I thought that the
that's good.
David Harbour version was fun to watch as well. I like
David
aesthetics of it.
Harbour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought that they went a
anything
lot
with
more
David
dark
Harbour
and
is
edgy
gonna be
with
good.
it.
Mhm.
I mean, I thought David Harbour was a better Hellboy. I just thought the other Hellboy movies were better movies.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Wait, you weren't kidding? There is going to be a Pacific Rim 3? What the heck?
What?
There
I
are other
assumed that was a
oceans.
joke.
Hello, how about Atlantic Rim and Arctic
Valid
Rim?
point.
I mean, come on, missing out on all this money. And
It's a
stuff.
TV show as well.
Should write a letter.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's an animated one.
Oh, that's fine.
I watched some
Agreed.
of that
Adam.
one as
More
well.
Stargate. More Stargate would be awesome. Let's do that.
Who said that? Oh, Sims. Hey, Adam.
Oh, I'm not in Twitch.
And Papa Zero Cool is here already. Oh, you're fine. Papa Zero Cool. We're
What's
Just getting
everyone?
started.
You want
What's
us
everyone?
to answer that question? In the beginning.
Define everything.
I mean 42, right? I mean that's yeah. it's
So,
fine.
Stargate, Adam, I agree. I loved Stargate like wholeheartedly, but man, they jumped all kinds of sharks. Like they just went above and beyond. They ran out of ideas. They just went crazy with it. I would like
They
to
didn't
see.
run out of ideas. They did 10 seasons. They used all of the ideas. There is no more ideas.
Well, you had SG-1, and then you had Atlantis, and then you had Bermuda, and then you had like all these
Bahama.
different offshoots. Like
And then Bahama, and then Come On Pretty Mama.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get kicked out of here, but I haven't seen any of the Stargate shows.
Well, I mean,
I haven't either.
you're right.
Solidarity.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen like, I don't know, a couple of episodes. Somebody keeps highly recommending them, so I've seen a handful of them.
So in SG2, I believe there was an episode or 3 that had the director who was that legendary comedian's son who I cannot think of his name right now.
Ron Howard.
It would no.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, Don DeLuise, his son,
Oh.
something DeLuise, directed if not majority of the SG1s, and he's got that sense of humor, and it really it floods over to his sense of humor in SG1, which is my sense of humor. It's sarcastic and kind of witty and a lot of dumb, but I mean, it worked for me. I mean, I watched all 10 seasons twice, I think.
There's
Some-
not
something
many
DeLuise is
seasons
now the
of
name of my
anything
backup
that I've
character.
watched multiple times.
Something DeLuise. It's his band
Yeah.
name.
Thing is actually his middle name. It's something DeLuise.
Peter DeLuise.
Yeah, that's him.
Sounds close. But I'm talking about David.
He's
I don't know if he was the director or not, but he was in a couple of episodes. So maybe it was the other one was the director and they threw the other brother in or something. But I thought David DeLuise was a big influence on SG stuff.
there
Yeah.
are more than one DeLuise.
I don't know. Well, yeah. Apparently.
The world is lousy with
DeLuise's.
DeLuises.
Delaware.
It's
Delo-
part of
DeLuise.
what's everyone, guys.
That's right.
Yeah. Peter
There's a-
DeLuise is the only one I'm seeing on the list of people that have directed SG1.
Okay, then it was David who was in the show rather than directing the show because he had a couple episodes. Yeah, his name was Pete Shanahan. He was in
Oh.
4 episodes from.
Well,
2004
no wonder I
to
couldn't find
2005.
his name because I was looking for David DeLuise.
Well, the Pete Shanahan's the character name, not the actor's name.
Well, now I'm all confused.
You broke him.
Watch
Wait,
the show.
who's on
It's
first?
Worth your time. And Atlantis, I like Stargate Atlantis pretty well, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of.
No, it's all good. We could reboot that. There's a bunch of those science fiction shows. Let's have more Warehouse 13. Let's have more Eureka. Let's have
Oh,
well,
Battlestar
Eureka was
Galactica
so
back.
good.
They're
Yeah.
redoing Lost Boys. That's something to
Uh-huh.
look forward to, right?
Hold on. Google Lost Boys.
Get
Oh,
out.
no.
Which one's that one?
Lost Boys is a movie from the 80s. I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
mean, is that the one
I've
with
seen
Emilio
Lost Boys.
Estevez?
I know you have. Yeah. Huh?
Is that the one with Emilio
No, Kiefer
Estevez?
Sutherland.
No, wait, what are you confusing that with the Outsiders? Was he in Outsiders?
I
Emilio
guess so.
Estevez?
Young Guns.
I don't know.
There were a bunch of stars, like sneaky stars, in the Outsiders, like for its time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised
I'm
if
not-
Emilio Estevez was in there. I don't recall him being in there. I'm trying to figure out what else you could confuse Lost Boys with.
I just
Exactly.
pulled it up on IMDb and I see a dude playing a saxophone and gyrating.
Yeah.
Aggressively.
Yeah.
It's-
That's the
that
one.
movie.
Oh,
Found it.
That movie has the
Oh, yeah.
sexiest,
Skyrocketed.
sexiest man alive.
awesome.
Only
It's
reason
so
worth
good. He's
watching that
so
movie.
sweaty.
And I believe. Oh man, he was fantastic.
That guy was the saxophonist for Tina Turner,
Yes.
Okay.
and he did a lot of cocaine.
That's the 80s.
do not doubt it.
It's true. That's pre-meth days.
But I believe he's clean now.
The
Dead?
Clean.
Really?
Maybe not. I don't know.
so do you know the so in Eureka the guy who plays the park ranger character who's always catching all the animals?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The dog catcher or whatever position he holds. That's Max
Max
Headroom.
Headroom?
Yeah.
yeah.
It took me a couple of seasons to see him, and I was like, wait a minute, I've seen that guy, but before.
Yeah.
And he's
That
got
show is
just
so
as much
smart.
AI work going.
I
Yeah,
loved
Eureka was
Eureka.
great.
Now that
Eureka
is a
was
show
great.
that I've watched through multiple times.
There's not a whole lot of
Right.
Are there 4 or 5 seasons? Not a whole lot.
Yeah, and they were all streaming somewhere recently because I think I started
Sci-fi?
another watch through sometime middle of last year.
I'm
Yes,
currently
Was
watching season 5 because I watched the first 4 episodes of Walking Dead.
My roommate
I-
just speed ran that entire series.
Walking Dead.
Yes.
Well, I remember watching it to yeah. Firefly is definitely the goat. I remember watching it through. I think about the part where I am now, where they get blasted out of the jail, and then I just kind of lost interest or whatever. Life happened, and I'm just catching up now. But I've got like this many more seasons left to watch this, and I'm looking forward to it. But everybody says that it gets like kind of crappy towards the last 2, which most things do. So I'm not
Yeah, I
really-
stopped watching it, and then I've heard it got a new showrunner, and then it got a lot better. But I still haven't gone back to watch it. I don't know if I can emotionally handle it right now. I've been
The
watching
Walking Dead?
Outlander.
Oh, I thought about starting that. I hear good things, but
It's pretty
is
good.
Is it sci-fi?
Outlander,
Yeah, it is.
time travel.
it's time
Okay.
travel.
Okay, I know very little. I just hear that everybody loves it, so it might be.
I'm
Nice.
pretty into it. I'm gonna watch it when we're done with this.
Oh, I watched the first half of The Witcher,
All of
season
it.
3. But pretty good.
Wait,
The
season 3?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
releasing it in sections, like part 1 and part 2. So like 5 episodes and then
Okay.
5 more, I suppose.
I don't think I even saw season 2.
I thought season 2 was pretty good. They're gonna get Thor's younger brother to be him next season, apparently. Season 4.
Loki?
Hmm.
Yes.
Which one? Doesn't he have 2? Or am I mistaken?
He does.
Liam.
Okay.
It's Liam, not
Thor
like
has 2 younger brothers.
Yeah.
Liam.
Isn't that
I don't
what
really know him anything. He was in the reboot of Red Dawn, which was,
You talking about Liam Hemsworth?
yeah, Liam Hemsworth.
He was in the Hunger Games.
Oh, that's right. I think he died.
Wasn't
In the
he,
Hunger Games?
Was he in the new Independence Day too? Was there a Hemsworth in that?
No, I don't know what that
I haven't
is.
seen that.
Oh, Independence Day.
Yeah.
I thought you said Independent State. I'm like,
Never heard
No,
of it.
Yeah.
I think one of the Hemsworth was in the whatever the most recent one was that came out like in the last 6 years or so. COVID makes timelines hazy for me.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen Extraction
What
2,
was it?
it's super fun. Highly recommended.
I just watched Extraction like 2 weeks ago with my nephews. I'm planning on watching the second one. I got really
That's
into it.
That's got
I don't-
Thor, right?
Do what?
It's got Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know names. Thor.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
And in the same vein, I'm not emotive like in general, but especially not in the theater because I think it's rude. But when I was watching a movie the other day, the beginning of the Equalizer 3 trailer came on and I gasped out loud like a giddy child. Like I was so excited. I love those movies. Denzel's
great.
maybe the greatest actor of all
I
time.
love Denzel.
He's great.
One of my favorite Denzel movies is Inside Man. And if you
Mm.
haven't seen this movie, I just
It's a good one.
log
Yeah.
out, go
Go
find
on.
it, and we'll start
Bye,
watching
Jamie.
it right now. It is
No, no, no.
that.
I've seen
Hi,
it.
Jamie.
I've seen it.
It
I
is
really
that-
enjoy that
Yay.
one. I really like that one.
We're down to one mic.
Yeah.
There may be a constant rotation of mics tonight. Right now, the dog is down.
The dog
Tag.
is down.
Mike, have you not seen it? Have you not seen Inside Man?
I don't know if I've seen it, which means I probably haven't,
Okay.
because it sounds like a memorable movie.
That's great. So
I
good.
think I've said before, I worked in a video library for 10 years, and I saw everything. Like, everything.
This is about 10 or 12 years old.
Yeah, see, my children are slightly older than that, which means probably not, because they all would have been small and distracting,
And watching Disney stuff or whatever.
as opposed to now when they're large and distracting.
It was 2006.
Yeah,
Wow.
no chance.
Yeah. No.
Oh, wow. A lot longer than I thought.
Yeah.
2006, I had a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old. There was
Oh
no
my
chance
Lord.
I was watching anything.
I'm surprised you remember that year exists.
Right.
What year is it?
Yeah.
I think that's everyone right now.
All right. I don't think they all logged in to hear us talk about stuff, except for the stuff that we're supposed to be talking about. So let's talk about that stuff.
Wait,
By definition, they did.
there's stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. So it was about 3 weeks ago we played last. Yeah, we missed 2 weeks.
I think
So-
that's right.
Somebody, look at you.
Once
Give us a
told
good
me.
recap.
When you say looking at you, who are you talking about?
Whoever gets nervous the first, it just starts going.
I honestly have no idea.
I remember
All right.
vague details, but I'll leave it up to somebody who actually takes notes.
I'll
Yeah,
give you a
I've got
star.
something.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I've got some incredibly dodgy notes. So we,
Me too.
So it's to start off with. It was the morning after the fight,
Yes.
and Alma was going to do some, or Alma did do some.
Speaking with the Lord.
Talking to Baori, asked a
Yep.
couple of questions, got a couple answers. Y'all moved into, or you traveled on into Red Gorge, where you met a couple of the people who you found out were part of the Chisel, which is this. Wait, so that's where it started.
Oh, you're handing over? Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you guys give? I like to do it because I like to know where you guys are in the story. Make sure we're on the same page, really.
Yeah, so we got to meet Oleron from the Chisel and a minstrel by the name of Akim, something. I think I've spelt all of these names 15 different ways in my notes, which is also amazing because it means searching for anything is impossible.
They're Gygaxian names. They're garbage. You can spell however you like.
Yeah, it would be good to be internally consistent at least.
Ekaym is the bar.
No, I don't want to know.
What?
Don't tell.
And
What?
then the other one is Oliron.
I got
I
I
got
got
none
some
of
of
those
those letters right.
Good thing we're not playing Wordle.
What was
I wanted
Icon?
somebody to jump up and shout bingo.
What was Icon? What was Icon again? EY
What was what?
Icon?
Ekaym. Ekaym? I see. I mean, I don't know how to pronounce it. You shouldn't have to worry about spelling it.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
But he goes by the Honest Minstrel. You heard him. He looks like Captain Stern from Heavy Metal cartoon. Stern.
Nope.
You know.
So
Maybe you don't.
Captain Stern definitely was trying to appear more informed than he actually is, but Oleron seemed to be the one with all the knowledge. He told us a bunch of things. Alec didn't show up for his challenge with Scalarang, and the challenge has since been cancelled. All of Marvo's property has been confiscated, and he's been sentenced to death. There's a 5,000 gold piece reward on him, dead or alive.
Mhm.
Uh,
A lot of money.
Alec was last seen, about a week ago or a couple of weeks ago. He was kind of delusional. He was saying things like death is coming and the world is coming to an end. He found it and it showed him the way, but it never told us what he meant. We do have a map that belonged to Alec, which is a very rough sketch that seems to show a statue on a river with a path behind it. So, and we know approximately where that statue is on the river from Red Gorge, off the side of the map. We also found out from Oleron that well, hang on. I can't remember if this is from Oleron or I also just have the word Nebrama here, but I don't know what that means. It could just be me leaning on the keyboard. Which is
What was the word?
how Gygax came up with his
Yeah.
Nebrama.
I need a name.
Nibrama.
Nidrama.
I think you just threw a typewriter.
N-I-D, D as in David. Nidrama.
Ah,
oh,
Nibrama.
that's who gave the staff to Surabar.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Right.
Inspiration.
Dang it!
So Nidrama gave a staff to
That's why I did read up at
Surabar.
the beginning.
So Nidrama was an angel, right?
Yes.
He gave Surabar a staff, who then founded Red Gorge. The staff is named Alakast, and nobody knows where it is. Surabar died and transformed into a mountain, which created the Demon Scar. Someone in Cauldron
So,
has taken
let
over the
me clear
Lord
that up.
Mayor.
Let me clear that up. So the representation on the
On the tablet.
on the tablet showed that was a representation of Surbar. Surbar didn't actually become a mountain, but that's how that was depicted. Like when the person was describing, how this was etched in there, it was saying Surbar's death became the mountain, and the death of blah 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 became the all that stuff. So he didn't actually physically become a mountain. I don't know if that
It's-
was a misunderstanding or if you were just.
I probably
Yeah,
wrote
cheeky.
it that way because I was thinking about the Wheel of Time.
I had
the
it
character
as
does die and become a mountain. That's awesome.
oh dang. I have it as Surabar
dang.
transformed into a mountain.
Metaphorically.
Summoning Cauldron has taken over the Lord Mayor somehow, and they're controlling the taxes. They're probably behind a recent assault and action against Mavu, and they are coming to destroy the Chisel. There is an army coming. We found out that the Blue Duke is a Goliath, and that somehow the young boy who we rescued last year is involved, and I can't remember that kid's name. I know I
Have
gave
we
him a
seen
thing.
the Blue Duke and
Term.
Farazan in the same place at the same time?
You have not.
Nope, we
Nor
haven't.
have you seen the Blue Duke in the same place of himself ever at the same time.
We have seen Fezan buy an awful lot of blue face paint though.
All that drawing practice.
Yes.
We also found out that the Cage Rights are trying to create a permanent portal to Carcerai, the plane of incarceration, which will require a large amount of sacrifice. And that the tablet we have represents the Spellweavers, who were probably from another plane of existence, or they may have gone there. They were powerful spellcasters, and they were trying to create a portal to another plane of existence. They used ogres as slaves. And then the last note that I have is the statue's about a day's boat journey upriver.
Man, you take amazing notes, man. Those are better than mine. I make half of this crap up as I go.
Me too.
Matt's over there crossing stuff out.
Have to delete that particular episode off of YouTube.
So some of my favorite memes is when you get the GM asks the player a question and they answer, and they say like, "Is it this?" And the GM's like, "It is now." Just crossing things out of their notes.
Yes.
Why do you think I like your recap so much? Like, that's a great idea.
Stop feeding the GM. Stop feeding the GM.
Because otherwise I'll have a coughing fit.
So, ended the last session. You were down in the basement of this. Well, the map's partially up there, but I've got the icon up there over the
Red Miner's in.
Thank you, Red Miner's Inn, and this is the secret Chisel hideout or meeting place. And this guy who's got this horrible Oleron Masht is his name, is the foreman or the leader of the Chisel, and he kind of gave you a lot of information, kind of told you what he knows is going on, and you actually gave him some information, things he hadn't heard before. So it was a little exchange of information, and he also told you where the statue was. It's up the Red River upstream, so it's not that far, but it's easier to go by boat, even though it's going upstream. And I believe somebody asked if the Chisel had any kind of supplies that would help out with this venture, this adventure. And he gave Mavu the task. We left off there, but we can start, unless you guys have questions. I know you probably don't remember enough at this point. Haven't been so a while, but do you have any questions for the foreman or any of the guys? They're all down there right now. All right, so
How do we win the campaign?
How to
Matt,
win.
take notes.
yes.
So the map that we have is on the back of that hegemonic plate thing, right?
Correct.
Okay.
The front side is pristinely chiseled by an artisan. The back side is scribbled by an ogre. So it is quite literally, because it's the language that he was able to translate is ogre, and it looks like that this creature had drawn this etched this map into the back of this platinum piece of art.
Have we asked, or do we know if we're going to be provided with a river-worthy vessel and possibly even a guide of some kind, kind of like hailing a taxi and being like, "Just stay here, I'll be right back"?
Absolutely have a boat for you, but we don't have anybody that could be a guide. You don't really need it, to be honest, because the river is not
flows in the one way.
It's just a one way path, and when you get there, there's a clearing where
Okay.
the statue is, so you can't miss it. And you're going to be going, about the speed of smell, so you're not going to bypass it
All
anytime
right.
quickly.
I'll take a
Uh,
boat.
well, we're gonna, take it back from you when you return.
Yeah, round
And
around
it's,
the boats for my friends.
and it's not extravagant. You're gonna have to man it yourself. It's a rowboat, large enough for all of you, plus a few more if you needed. But
Spetro is weak. He can't row.
you can stand on the front.
Oh,
Yeah, with
Arms
like
wide.
a gondola stick or whatever.
I was thinking Titanic, but okay.
Oh, that's either one of those works for
king of the
Spetro.
world.
King of the world, king of this boat. Um, any more questions?
I don't.
Can we have some people to row us so that we don't have to do it? In case we have to defend a boat from, I don't know, trout or
Right.
something. What fights you on a boat?
River
And-
sharks.
The foreman
Ah.
just kind of like, no.
Are there roomy underseat compartments?
No, this is a canoe, a big canoe.
I guess I'll
I
just
want
have
to
to
understate the
take
size of
shelter
this
behind
canoe.
Farazan like always. When the inevitable arrows start flying in our direction.
I would imagine that someone as small as you could run along the water with ease.
I could make it look
Well-
that way with my bootso flying.
I
Oh,
mean,
that's true.
it's big enough and deep enough. You could just duck. I mean, you're only like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
You could duck under the edge if you needed to.
I like layers of protection, so I'm going to stick with my dive behind/beneath Farazan at minimum plan.
It's a good
Well, in
plan.
that
Get
case,
out from under there.
I'm going to buy Fezan 4 weeks worth of beans.
Have a mouth open and everything.
Listen, I was walking
Yeah.
between half-orc legs not that long ago. I've seen things and smelled worse.
True.
All right. If there's nothing else, Mavu is going to take care about gathering any kind of supplies we can find in town because obviously don't have time to go find it or make it. We'll have it ready for you in the morning.
Okay.
You can stay here. It's on us, obviously. We'll be up in the tavern. We'll be eating. We'll be drinking. You're welcome to join us. Explore the town. It's not much to it, but if you'd like to, you're an open guest. You're welcome to it.
Is the eating and drinking also out of your coffers?
Absolutely.
Spetro's there. He ain't poor, but he's all about the free.
That's the best food.
Tastes
right.
better, yeah.
So you spend the evening just chatting, and they're all very charismatic group. Specifically, the minstrel, but the foreman, he doesn't stick around. I have other business to attend to. I will be in town should you absolutely need to talk to me again, but I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you off in the morning. The boat docks are out through the aforementioned old breach in the northern wall. You just follow the trail out to the boathouse. It's past above the waterfall, and then you can grab a boat. They'll be ready for it in the morning. And Mavu, and he looks over at Mavu, will have whatever we can come up with for you.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you for the water noise, Mike.
Oh, let me just tap my mic a few times. All right, so long rest in the morning, up at the break of sunlight. Anything you want to do in the morning?
First thing at the crack of noon.
First thing at the crack of noon. Breakfast.
Okay, breakfast, prayers, all that stuff. Alma, do you want to cast your ritual, talking to God? Anything you want to talk to her about?
Well, I can ask my party members. I don't really have anything pressing. I think I got most of my questions answered.
Okay.
Does anybody want to ask God a question?
Is there anything else Tarathiel wants to learn about his? Is it a daughter? Can I ask God?
I'm just going back through the notes to see all the things that we've learned about Megan know where she is. She's alive. She's not safe, and she's in a cage. Ask if she's in Cauldron.
Okay.
One. You get 3.
Yeah, I don't have any more.
Okay. Could be just like, how are you? I always ask you for things.
Mhm.
How are you? Are you okay? You been drinking enough water?
Anybody else?
That would be great to ask the gods self-care questions. Are you getting enough sleep? Yes. Good.
No, you keep talking to me. Shut up. It's like Bruce Almighty answering
Yeah.
emails.
Control A, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't have to have 3. If you don't, that's fine. You can just, you literally could, like, where are you? Yeah. So
Okay.
you are asking if, God,
Megan.
remind me,
Megan?
Megan. If Megan is in Cauldron.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one. I have
Okay.
one.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Okay.
Farazan will ask, I know this may not be the sort of thing that Maori may know, but can you ask if I am on the right path?
Yeah. I don't know what kind of answer I'll get.
He says, I don't know either, but it's been, how long has it been since we've started this? Since Farazan has seen his family? A couple of years now?
Pushing 2 years.
Yeah.
At least,
Yeah.
maybe over 2 years. It's been quite some time.
He says, I've been on this path for more than 2 years, and I do not know that I am on the correct one. My journey has taken me far from my family, and it would be nice to know if this is the right direction.
Okay. I will ask.
What was the
I
last
asked.
news that we had on Alec himself? Like when we were asking about him in Cauldron, what questions did we have answered about him at that time? We know he's still alive, correct?
Let's see.
You know, no one's seen him in a couple of weeks. But I think you did ask Maori specifically something about him.
I did.
Oh no, coward! Just getting here. Well, you didn't miss much. We just did a rehash of a couple of weeks ago, our last time we recorded, and we're now the next morning talking to Got.
I have session 85. Percival is alive. He might need our help. It is unclear. And the police force will head to Red Gorge in 3 days. Those were
Okay.
the last 3 questions
Yep.
I had from Barry.
He might need our help.
And was it him that I scryed on?
You
I did,
attempted
didn't I?
You attempted
Tried
to,
to.
and the realization was he is not on this plane of existence.
Okay.
Oh, maybe this place that we're going to, they're supposed to be trying to break into the plane of imprisonment or whatever, right?
No,
It-
different group.
Oh.
The cage
Oh,
rights
different
were trying to get into Carcerai, but the Spellweavers may have left for another plane of existence.
Okay.
And that's the tablet that we've got with the map on the back is a representation of them. So it's possible that somehow, this is my theory, somehow they ended up with the staff, Alicast. They took it to another plane of existence, and Alec has gone after them to try and get it back.
And also, nobody's seen a Spellweaver in 600-700 years. They're almost myth and legend at this point.
I'm pretty sure that other plane of existence is just behind that statue.
All right, so you're asking 2 questions. Was there a third?
Anybody?
Anybody?
Would you like fries with that?
So, what do you ask?
So first thing I'll ask is Megan in Cauldron?
Not anymore.
Okay. And my buddy Farazan wanted me to ask if he's on the right path in this life.
Who? No, I'm joking.
She's got a sense
Um,
of humor.
She does. She's quite funny. people have many paths.
Is that it?
That's it.
This
Okay.
is this
That was your
is
third
certainly
question.
one
Is
of
that
them.
it? That's it.
Oh no.
I was going to ask you if you drink water.
Okay.
God's got jokes.
I
Yeah.
don't think I have any other questions that I
You
can
asked your
think.
third. Is that it? And she said, that's it.
Ha ha.
She is quite fun.
Okay.
So I have 3
I'll-
wishes, right?
No. Okay. I'll relay the information to my buddies.
And about that time, which you kind of figure makes sense because she's probably praying around the same time that you do in the morning, getting new spells, talking to St. Cuthbert, you get a message, another message from another sending from Jinya.
Bring, bring, bring.
Yeah. Jinyagram.
You have to
Oh.
hang up on God to speak to this other person.
Yeah. So, hold, please.
Yeah, can I put you on hold?
no,
You're
no,
already
I'm
done the line. You
waiting.
better make this quick.
In the first call and answer the second.
That's the third question. Can I put
really
you on hold? No.
No.
Nicole
No.
ends.
Dang it.
Oh, that's funny.
The message goes, martial law.
Oh no.
They know Mavu in Red Gorge with you. Guard mobilizing today.
Oh shoot.
Skellerang staying. Blue Duke leading.
Uh-oh.
200 guards. Orders to raise Red Gorge.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Were we planning on taking Mavu with us to the, like, on the river? Is he coming
I think we're
cruising?
going to be back by then.
You haven't discussed it with him.
Okay.
But he's there. So you cast your spell in the morning, and you need time to respond to Jinya or react to Jinya if you like.
Do I have time to relay that message before I respond?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, that would have to be. That have to be like right with you. You'd have to, because the spell is you get the message and then you kind of within the next minute. Yeah, sure. Well, no, because you're by yourself and you're praying, so
Okay.
you wouldn't have time, and you'd know that if you ran out, the spell would expire. Make sure that's not just a bunch of horse shit. Let's look up sending. Hang on.
Just a one-word response.
Horse shit. Sending.
Starts with F and ends in UCK. And it's not fire truck.
Right.
Target
It's just,
duration of 1 round. Let's see. Recognize your spell enables understood. You can send a message across the.
this is the first 3 words of the description of sending. Go. Of each
Today.
sentence.
Now it's him doing Charlie Brown's teacher reading from the PHP.
Okay, so it's immediately, which I would allow if you were with your friends to just quickly discuss and then immediately send it back. You're in the middle of prayer.
Okay.
You're by yourself. You've just spoken to Bayori, and she just sends you this message. So you don't have to, but you have the opportunity to immediately respond with something if you like.
Okay.
Man, that's a crappy message.
Yeah, it's like that's awkward. I don't know what to say.
That's what
Sorry
Jimmy
about
gets
it.
back is just, okay.
You say like 25 times.
Just Send
shit.
ellipses. Dot, dot, dot.
It's just,
Um,
yeah, the whole
Beware of,
floating ones.
Just send her the GIF of the iPhone typing, you know?
Yeah.
So she just assumes that you're in the process of sending a message for hours. And then,
Thinking.
dirty fool.
Okay, I'll just relay that we'll do our best to keep Mabu safe and for her to stay safe as well, and we'll figure it out.
Okay. Was that less than 25 words?
Yeah.
All right, so
Definitely.
you respond. You guys meet up. You have breakfast. You go to the boathouse. You find Mavu is there. The foreman is there as well, and you just see them talking outside the building. They see you walking up, and they both stop talking. Morning. Mavu hands you a pouch, a bag of stuff. Actually, I was able to gather quite a bit of stuff. This will help you quite a bit. There's one thing in particular that's going to help you out in the jungle, and we don't need it back. Otherwise, there's so much of
Farazan opens it up and looks inside.
You find several.
Rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah, don't use the leaves. There are 6 potions and a smaller bag inside the big bag. The potions are 3 of regular healing, 2d4 plus 2. There is a potion of greater, which is the 4d4 plus 4.
Wow.
There is a potion of giant strength,
Ooh,
fire giant strength, strength
Ooh.
of 25
holy crap!
in there. And there is a potion of speed, which grants the imbiber basically haste.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to need that.
The speed of Spectra.
Speed drip.
So
then the
three
bag-
regular healing.
Yes, 3 regular, 1 greater,
The greater is how many?
44 plus 4.
44.
And then you got the giant potion, giant strength potion, and then the potion of speed. And I finally realized why potions are expensive and really, really useful. They do not require concentration. You can be strong, you can be fast, you can be armored, you can just chug potion after potion, and you don't have to concentrate on any of that. Potions are pretty powerful in 5e. Never really thought about it before. You pull out the smaller bag,
Mhm.
and it's an old leather pouch. Looks like it's been repaired hundreds of times. And Mavu points at it. He said, "This was owned by Surabar, and it
Ooh.
was his bag of berries. Doesn't seem like much, but it basically creates 10 good berries a day,
Oh.
up to a maximum of 10. So it fills up to 10 berries a day. When you're in the jungle, 1 berry will be enough food for an entire day. So it's pretty useful when you're out exploring.
I got one of them, and my bag's nicer.
Well, we'll keep it then.
No, that's
No.
fine. We'll,
20
and it
good
is-
berries sounds good to me.
And
We
it
might-
is like a
we
good
might-
berry. It does heal a hit point, just like
Yeah.
a regular good berry.
you might meet Surabar and have to give it back.
Want some berries?
Thank you very
That
much,
is very
Mavu.
cool.
We will put these to good use.
Thank the foreman. Those are a gift from Chisel. Don't think of it as a gift. Think of it as cooperation. Think of it as collaboration. Do not feel as you owe us anything. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And the foreman just
you-
nods.
I was hoping that Scallaring would be coming here, and if we can find Alec, he could confront him in front of the gates and prevent bloodshed. But it sounds like he's not coming, and now the Blue Duke is leading the forces here. They're leaving Cauldron today,
Oh,
200
did-
strong, with orders to raise this place to the ground.
this is the first time you've seen the foreman kind of lose that chiseled, that chiseled front. He just gets this somewhat concerned. Where did you hear this? How do you know this?
Yeah, she talks to God, but also sometimes to Jenya in
A
Cauldron,
trusted friend communicated.
That's from Jinya?
who
Yes.
also talks to God, but it's a different God, so
Oh my god.
have multiple divine sources of information.
We know stuff.
Okay. I don't doubt you. I just wanted to check, make sure that your source was legitimate. And if you say it's Jinya, then it is legitimate. He looks at Mavu. Go back to town. Tell them start getting ready now. They'll be here within 3 days. Thank you for the information. We will set to get the city ready for a fight.
I want to put a canvas over that hole or something.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
So what we said that our trip is a half day down the river,
Take a full day.
full day, full
Yeah.
day there, full day back.
full day there, quarter of a day back. You're going upriver there,
Gotcha.
much quicker on the way back.
Okay. That gives us a little bit more graceful of a timeline for sure.
It's like the difference between running up a water slide and coming down a water slide.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. They're both just as fun.
Mine and your definition of the fun is different.
Godspeed. I am sorry that to make this abrupt, but we apparently have things to attend to.
You
Good
have
luck.
things
Apologize
to
to
do.
us.
Sure, you don't need them good berries.
No, I would rather you have them. I think you'll make better use. More for the food than the healing, but you never know. A little bit of healing goes a long way sometimes.
Thank
And
you.
He turns and walks back towards the giant hole in the wall. And there's a young guy, a young older kid with like holding the rowboat, like ready for you guys to hop on board. And it is. It's a big canoe. It's like 6 feet wide. It's a boat.
Whoa!
Okay.
About 12 feet long. I mean, it's a larger ship. It's just that's about it. It's a hollowed out giant tree with 4 oars
Okay.
and enough room for packs and things like that. You know, you get
Mhm.
all your stuff. It looks like it'd probably hold 5 or 6 people, should we have that many players. But it's just enough for the 4 of you.
Farazan
Probably
will
better
take
for
up.
me to sit on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Is it a sit backwards and kind of row sort of thing, or is it a front sort of dragon boat sort of rowing?
With your size, you could do back up river and pull. You could maneuver the oars either way to either do hand on or row like that. With your endurance and your strength and your size, you could probably, without exaggeration, row this thing yourself.
So he'll take up position in the rowing spot and say, let's see, probably what Tarathiel, if you will sit on the, what is it, bow? What's the other end?
Starboard.
Done.
No, stern.
Oh,
If you will sit on the stern
Right.
and steer, I will provide the propulsion.
I like this plan.
I can do that.
I do too. I sit down and cross my
Spectre.
legs.
put your umbrella up.
Yeah.
Your margarita.
Spetra, if you take the bag of berries and just pop one in Farazan's mouth when he starts looking tired, and just keep the motor running.
Get your motor
Keep
running.
going.
Dude, come on.
I look
Yeah,
around.
and
Find
Elmer,
a
if you wanna-
leaf big enough to like where I can like fan him,
Yeah,
drop the good berries into his mouth.
You're a jungle man. No problem at all.
And we probably want Elmer up front, keeping an eye out, right? Like
Yeah,
get that radar going.
yeah.
I can do that.
All right, so you're at the bow. Alma's right behind, and the two of you are just kind of interchangeable in the back because you've got like half the boat to move. Which is you don't have to be like specific order. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
And you set out. You set out upriver. Really, the only role this could have been a whole big like survival navigation. Like you're going upriver. How do you get lost? What the hell? Seriously. But what I would like is first, Farazan,
Mhm.
a Constitution check, and then at the end of the day, a second Constitution check at disadvantage, which
Okay.
you may use inspiration if you choose to. But the first Constitution check is about midday.
Okay.
And I'll just go ahead and tell you, this is to see whether or not you are exhausted. And it wouldn't have helped. You actually saved everybody else from having to be exhausted, is what you've done.
Yep.
So inspiration for you.
Cool. Which
Inspirational.
which one is the? These are both for exhaustion.
Yes, but
Okay.
the first one is just a regular check, not a saving throw.
Okay.
Constitution check.
Oh, Constitution
The second
check.
one is a Constitution check. At the end of the day, after rowing upriver a mile, it's not just a mile; it's 3 miles upriver. It's a disadvantage.
Okay. I'll roll the first one normally.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
8,
8.
Wow.
Okay. And give me the second one with disadvantage.
and I'll spend my inspiration on that one.
All right.
23.
23.
That's a
6
natural
would have
20.
failed. The 8 was a success. The DC wasn't high.
sweet.
It was just enough to where, you know, if all 4 of you are rolling Constitution checks, somebody's going to get exhausted. So you have saved the party from having to worry about having exhaustion for the first day in the jungle.
Woohoo!
Yay.
But
And
it
Spectro
is-
didn't catch a sunburn for having hung out in your shadow.
Two good things.
Jamie, we're doing a map swap.
Okay.
Let's see how bad this comes up. Yeah, this is-
Fezan is a freaking
my.
machine.
Yeah, no kidding.
you know, I didn't know how you guys were going to be sitting, so I'm going to move you guys around.
No, you don't want fairs on there. Bloop.
The rest of us just get catapulted onto the beach.
Wah.
Oh, did I
Okay.
tell you guys that I competed in a dragon boat race for charity recently?
That's
Today?
cool.
No. It was about two weeks ago, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, 20 people in a rowboat. We were hip to hip. So it was maybe 5 feet wide at its widest. 20 people, so 10 rows of 2, and then with a drummer on the front to help us keep time, and then someone in the back to steer. And we had,
Cool.
yeah, there were. Thanks, Mike.
I was actually listening to the story.
But our group of 20 people, who 16 of us had never done this before, and none of us were, gym rats or anything like that, against several groups of CrossFitters and fitness gyms that sent people to do this in their stead. We had the second place overall, with less than a second between us and the first place team. So a bunch of nerds and office workers. So yeah,
You got straight from Valhalla, though. You're talking about the Viking dragon ships, right?
it was
Kind of what it's based off of?
it was more
Or is it something
Asian inspired. So there was a dragon head on the front, and there's a whole tradition behind it. But this was for charity. So there were 28 teams,
Wow.
which was fun. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't join those other 2 gyms. That's for sure.
Right?
You can put those in the
Right.
chat later.
No,
Where not to go.
the number one team, standing next to them, they were like a head taller than all. They were, probably half of them were guys that were a head taller, super broad shouldered muscle shirts. I mean, they were filled out muscle shirts too, and their team was Heart and Soul Church, and so we're walking over to the finals where they announced the times and stuff, and I was like, man, when you guys lift each other up, you really lift each other up, for your services, and they got a kick out of that.
That reminds me real quick. I went to Asheville about a month ago. I went and saw GCP, whenever that was. But the day before, me and a buddy of mine, whose name was Mike, go figure, we were
Surprise!
just walking around downtown Asheville, just waiting for the show to start. And the sidewalks are really, really bad. They're broken up. There's holes in them everywhere. I mean, it's an old city, right? And just saw this guy eat it. I tripped and we were, I don't know, 15 yards away from this guy, meters away from this guy. I felt the ground move a little bit when he hit the ground. Like, he did it. Oh. So he's there, and he's like, the first thing I look at is like, all right, there's no blood. I'm not a nurse, And this, I shit you not, this Hare Krishna, who was just coming the other way, and we'd seen him already. He's been passing out books for donations and whatever. Kneels over him. It just says, "Do you need to lift up? Donate to me for spiritual guidance." I am not joking. It was almost snarky, but it was this complete lack of understanding of the situation. But he did. He was like, "Do you need a lift? Well, donate for this." I'm like, help the dude up. God.
Yeah. Not very Jesus-like of him.
Yeah. No. Or Krishna-like. All right. So are we on the map?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So you see what you see, right? You so the I'm pointing over here because that's where my screen is. You see the big white circle. It's broken up. If you zoom in, you'll see that the statue it's broken up. That's the headless statue, and you can see
Ah.
off a little behind it there is a large head, basically in the dirt. Like it's been there for a while. It's not been buried recently or anything. It's just through weather and rain. It's just covered up with mud, and nobody's touched it in don't know how long. And all around, scattered, you see bodies,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them floating in the water up the river, and they're slowly floating down towards you. Right, you're downstream from them. They are, well. Everybody, give me a history check, just to see if anybody recognizes them legitimately. Yeah.
Farazan's looking the other way.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, that's right. Your back's to him, so you're like, what is it?
What did we just bump into?
So everybody's
Uh.
facing that direction easily recognizes. And Alma, what'd you get?
I got a 12. I'm not sure why my D&D
12?
Beyond is not.
So I had
Going
this.
above
I've had this issue. If you open Roll20 first and then open D&D Beyond, so you might have to refresh one or the other, or both windows.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay. Good luck.
But 12 is
I got a 12 though.
12 is perfect. 12 is fine. You all three recognize them as gnolls.
Hmm.
Does everybody know what a gnoll is?
Nope.
Okay. They are kind of like hyena creatures. They're not were creatures. They're not like turning in the moonlight, but they're basically gnolls on their hind feet, right? They're just gnoll people. They're hyena people. Sorry, I'm describing gnoll with the word gnoll, which is not how you describe things. To actually introduce what hyenas. So they're like
Out of
hybrid
this dictionary under
hyena
redundant, it says see redundant.
people. Yeah, exactly. They're gnolls that look like gnolls.
Can we tell from this distance, like, are they the victim of like melee combat, or are they lit up with arrows? Are there scorch marks from a fireball?
Give me a perception. Alma, I'll tell you in a moment, just to see who all wants to roll something.
I didn't roll that well. I
Uh,
got wee eyes, you know.
So from this distance, Spectro, the best thing that you can tell with that perception is you do see a couple of arrows, but as to whether or not there are other wounds like swords or claws or fireballs, can't really tell from your perspective.
All right.
Alma,
Yes.
you see nothing but arrows. Every one of them were killed by arrows. All of them. There's
Okay.
no bites. There's nothing else. And what you know of gnolls, they're somewhat hardy creatures. Most of these that died were shot with one arrow.
Yikes.
Oh.
Ew.
And is it weird to have gnolls in this part of the world, or is that
No,
reasonable?
no. They're so in the general conversation you had last night with people at Chisel, just talking about the area because you're going to the jungle. Gnolls are very common in this area. They worship evil, chaotic gods. There are different hierarchy to gnolls. Just you got a little bit of this and that while just discussing because you're going to the jungle. They're going to talk about it a little bit.
By any chance, did Mavu pack us all giant shields?
Nope, just berries.
All right. Can we hide behind a good berry?
You can try.
I have a shield. You
I
can
do
hide
too.
behind me.
Yeah.
Are you still
That was
rolling?
my plan. You are my shield. See?
Oh, he's just talking.
Okay.
I think
I
we,
mean, but you're still
Yeah.
rowing, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
You're, okay.
They're not
'Cause-
they're not being shot currently, right?
No. They look like I don't mean days dead, but pretty recently died. Maybe within the last day or two. Hard to tell from this distance. And on the map, it looks like there's a rock that's blocked you. Ignore that. There's nothing blocking your path. It's just the map. It is a little narrower, but you see what I'm saying? It looks like there's like some shallow water that might stop the boat. It's not. That's just where I put the boat.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, Fairzone's going to keep rowing unless told otherwise. Whoop.
Yay! we got
Accelerate.
boats.
Whee.
I'm on that boat.
Farzone's like, I'm getting a little nauseous. Back and forth.
So what are you doing? What is everybody doing? I mean, just gonna kind of wait for him to keep rowing.
Yeah, I guess I'm just Tarathiel's just looking out for danger and is prepared to either duck for cover or throw a psychic dagger if somebody pops up.
Yeah,
But
I
also, somebody that killed a bunch of gnolls may be our friend.
that's true. I can do
Valid
some
point.
aerial recon. We want to do a quick fly over the wood line on the beach.
That would make you a very easy target for someone with a very accurate bow. And he pulls back on the oars.
It does put me far from my shield. You're right.
Just zigzag a lot.
Yeah.
Be the iconoclast.
If you fly without rhythm, you won't attract the arrow.
So you continue rowing up the shore or up the river,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll put you about right there.
Okay.
At that point, let's do that. You are.
It
I mean,
moves.
you're pulling over, right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, right? Isn't that cool? So you are rowing up to the shore. You row up, and as you get closer, you can see better detail. It looks like every one of these gnolls are all wearing same, very similar, if not identical, tribal, like feathers or insignia, however you want to call it, like colors or paint, war paint. They all look like they're from the same tribe.
Okay.
None of them are moving. And you get a better look at the statue as you get closer. It looks very familiar. I'm not sure if I've talked about what the statue is of, but when you get closer, even with pieces broken off and the head lying at its feet behind it, this is a statue of a big ol' Nabthoriton.
Bless you.
Oh,
Remember the demon
the
that
demon-
fought
Surabar? Okay. It's a Galabrazoo?
Yes, or a Type 3 if you're an old nerd. Yes, it's Galabrazoo.
Type 3.
Yeah, demons used to be typed instead of names. It's like Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm some fairly recent to D&D. It's like 20 years as opposed to when it originally came out.
The Inception, right?
Yeah. I can't. Most of my knowledge is from 3rd edition. So
So, as a refresher, and because you're staring at this 12-foot tall statue,
Mhm.
a Galabrazoo, or a Type 3 demon, is a very large demon. It's got two pair of arms. Two regular size, regular as in reference to the statue itself. So regular arms are the bottom set. The top two set are 3 times the size, gangly, well oversized for the body, and they both end in enormous pincers. And then the head you see lying behind it is big fangs and sharp pointy teeth and horns.
all the things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as soon as the boat is close to the edge, Fairzone's going to hop out and pull it up, and then pull out his staff and kind of get ready to see if anything else is coming after him.
All right, consider the boat pulled and ashore. And there's a little anchor that came with it, enough to where you could throw on land so the boat won't just float off.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
I mean, Fairzone's just going to pull the whole boat up onto the shore.
Put it on his shoulders.
That's how I interpreted what you said. Yeah.
Just hook it over the top of the statue.
This is like-
Let it dry.
But it's here to dry. Yeah. So Farazan will look around and it says, "So, do we know anything more here about what happened? Have you spotted anything?"
There's that dead gnoll over there. There's another one over there.
Does it look
Yeah,
like
there's maybe
the?
a dozen total.
Does it look like the arrows all came from like a single direction, or were they like
Um,
Archer standing in the middle and you know?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Where's my investigation check?
And everybody, I mean, you guys are out. You're talking. So if somebody, say it out loud, like
23.
blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Absolutely
this
not.
shit's
They
my
all
jam.
came from one direction.
All from one direction.
Oh, Alma
This
got
direction.
a 20.
I did. I got a natural 20, and I figured out how to do that. But that was just a regular roll. What was the roll we were?
You rolled a natural 20. It's
Investigation.
for investigation. So keep your 20.
Okay, so
That's
it's a
fine.
21.
Perfect. No, all the arrows came from the other side of the river. You can just tell by like one gets hit and it fell backwards. Like
Mhm,
they're not
mhm.
from all different directions. They are from across the river.
So are we on? We're on the shore.
You're going to have to be to get that information.
I guess we can move our little tokens.
There you go.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
be
I
able
was
to.
gonna say I would
Yeah.
kind of like duck behind the boat, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to maybe move up to behind the statue. Here.
Okay.
Wait, we think they were coming from the opposite shore?
Yes, they were absolutely. I mean, with those rolls, you're 100% sure they came from across the river. Is that pinging?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In that case, I'll be behind the other side of the statue.
This is Alma, do you see anything on the other side?
Do your elven eyes see anything?
I peer.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
A peer check.
And what's your the word I'm looking for?
Aw.
Flat.
Or
Passive.
modifier?
Passive?
Passive. Thank you.
Oh.
God.
My passive is 23, so you can just ignore that 12.
Yeah. You
Good
got 20.
grief.
I found an arrow.
You're not sure. You're not sure if it's a trick of your eyes. You think you may have seen a slight bristle of fur or a little bit of movement in the greenery. But that distance, and it's a little shadowed because of the foliage overhead, you're not sure.
Okay.
Even with that 23. But the thing is you have disadvantage, so that does take into effect.
Okay. I think I see something furry, but I really can't be sure.
Is that
Is that
knoll
body
drifting
floating away?
floating on the river?
Very slowly.
That's how Matt's keeping track of time.
Yes, those are rounds.
Oh, that would be amazing. Just have on the
Dead
GM
knoll.
layer, just have the numbers for each square. And just
That's
move
a good
the thing
idea.
down.
We
Yeah.
lose if he crosses the little rocky outcrop over there on the right.
No. Stop giving the GM ideas. So, all right. So does she? What did you see?
There's something furry over there, I think, but I can't be sure because it's kind of far. And there's foliage everywhere.
Okay.
Statistically, it seems likely to be a dead knoll.
Well, that one was moving.
And statistically,
an
it's
undead
an
knoll.
it's an owl with an arrow sticking out of it. So Farazan's going to kind of walk a little bit to the south here, not stepping over this knoll, and he'll shout, "Who's there?"
I duck.
You shout in common.
Yes.
Okay. You. No response.
We could all shout in all the languages that we know.
You can.
Languages
All at
do
once,
it.
on 3. Ready? 1, 2.
What?
One steps out. Can't quite make that out. Said it, your face.
I knew it.
Boom.
Yeah, you yell out in common. Who goes there? Show thyself. Be aware of me. And nothing happens.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Should we go
Try a
investigate
different
that,
language.
or do we need to go north?
If they're over on the other side of the river, let them stay over there. And let's get out of their arrow range, or at least make it hard for them to shoot us.
Okay.
Like we're just out here without cover, I guess, and knowing
Yeah.
that there's well-trained archers on the other side. Let's at least break the wood line or something.
Tarathiel, you're actually standing right where the head is. One thing that you notice about the statue and the head is obviously the head came off after the statue was made. Duh, or else. But it was a long time after, like almost recently, this head came off the statue. So where the break isn't nearly as worn as the rest of the statue. So
Mhm.
probably within a year.
Somebody broke this statue not long ago. I mean, in comparison to how long the statue's been here anyway.
And this was when on the plate on the map, was it drawn with a head? I don't remember.
Nope, headless statue.
Headless statue.
So we're in the right place. We should go north. Into the trees.
Okay.
So, hey, says unless any of you want to investigate whatever it is to the south, I suggest we get moving. We have 3 days.
I could get over there
God
and back.
bless.
I just don't wanna.
How deep is the water?
How deep is your lake?
Probably 10
That's what I was
feet. I
thinking.
mean, it's deep enough. It's not fast current, like really, really rapid. It's not a rapid at all. It's a fairly slow moving river, easily not waded across, but you could swim across no problem.
Okay.
Spectra walks just ahead of Farazan, heading north.
All right. Oh,
Front of one leg.
everyone left. Sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
I scurried.
So okay. So Farazan before as he kind of walks into the woods, he turns and looks to the south, and he says, "We have no quarrel with you." Yeah.
Don't touch our boat.
Yeah. Right.
Can I roll like a survival check to just see? So, I mean, all we've seen physical evidence of so far is of gnolls. Can I check and see if there are any other kind of footprints on this path?
Sure. Absolutely. Survival check.
An 11.
11. You see foot tracks going all over the place. No, it's not that hard. You see, obviously, knoll tracks, which are hyena footprints, like padded feet. There is an obvious set of heavy male, like plate mail, booted feet that have been on this track. But that roll, you see it, but with that roll, you're not sure how old they are.
Yeah. I think
It's
I would have
definitely
been
older. Not today. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, that was something I was hoping that we would see, because Alec, we know, is what was his class again? Like, he's definitely like a
Like a
heavy armor
paladin,
dude.
right?
Paladin.
Paladin.
Yeah.
Paladin.
So I don't know that I'll point it out and be like, well, it could be the foot of our wayward Alec, but I'm having a hard time telling how old it is. So it could be not our wayward Alec, but it could be our wayward Alec.
Just like having any information whatsoever at all about tracking and things like that, because you have survival, it can't be more than a few weeks old, because the amount of rain that comes through here would have washed it out if it's older than a month. I mean, it's deep. Like, Alec's probably a big dude. I mean, just by the shoe size, like, Alec's a big dude. And so he's obviously heavy, wearing all this full mail. So these imprints are deep. And Alma, as Spetro's just kind of checking things out, you notice across the river a creature step out of the jungle.
Can I tell what it is?
It is a knoll, but it's not. Give me a history check with advantage. You know it's a knoll, but it's a
Liam.
very special.
He wants you to roll a knowledge check.
Get out.
I was holding it in, but I had to.
Yeah, wait. Blah! Hello, my brain. 18. Yeah. So this is a knoll. This is a flind. And what you know about flinds, FLIND, they are gnolls. But gnolls in general worship gods of chaos and destruction and just pure bestiality, right?
Mhm.
Flinds are chosen by their gods because they're particularly destructive and powerful, stronger than most, and they are given special powers. And you can see in one of its hands, which is how, that's your thinking back to the history lessons. You can tell a Flynn because it holds a flail that's got 3 heads, and they are all 3 of different. They glow differently, like they're 3 separate colors.
Ooh.
And this thing walks out, and you see it just seething in anger
Oh.
as it walks out of the jungle. As you guys are walking away.
I'll point it out to the party. We got company.
Farazan turns around.
Oh, and one more thing you notice. It does not have the same colorings as the dead ones. As in, like, the tribal stuff. Definitely a different tribe.
Does it also have a bow and arrow?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's not wielding. It's got its flail. And what you know, again, 18 on these things, they prefer to get up and personal so they can hit you with the flail and bite you. They would rather bite you than shoot an arrow at you. And man, can they move fast.
Mm.
Like how many Spectros fast? Half a Spectro?
A Spectro.
1.3 millispectros.
About a Spectro fast.
1.28 gigaspectros.
Like, get down on all fours and just burst of speed and get somewhere real quick. Get up in your face.
Can it walk on water?
You don't know. They never learned that in the history. Wrong religion.
Farazan calls out again. He says, "We have no quarrel with you. We did not do this."
I think he
So,
did it.
Alma's, I guess, alerted everybody else to the
Yeah.
fact. And once he's out
Yeah.
of the jungle, it's very obvious. It's easy to see. But, like, Alma, you looked, and you specifically tried to look, and this guy just melted out of the jungle.
Okay. Well, what do we want to do here?
North is looking better every second.
He's still pretty far away at this point
Define pretty far. He is, let's
on
see.
the other side of the river.
Let's see how many
He's within a
Spectros away he
Five
is.
Within a
feet away.
spectra, just
He is
75 feet away.
One
like
misses.
1.5 Spectros.
Yeah.
And you guys have paused. You're like looking at him, judging his, what is this thing reacting? Let's change it to a different thing that doesn't do that. You see 2 more regular gnolls, not Flynn's, like just emerge from the jungle like they were a part of it, like they were trees just a second ago. They were so well hidden. These 2 are carrying longbows with a big old quiver of arrows, but they're not, they're not pulled taut. They're not like pulling a bead on you, but they're moving out, and you hear the Flynn just talking to him.
Does anyone speak their language?
I doubt it.
They speak German Shepherd.
He calls out in giant.
Okay.
He says, "We have no quarrel with you."
And when you speak giant, it kind of gives you like a dog head tilt, like recognizes that you're speaking a language that he's probably heard, but not understanding a word you said.
Anyone else?
No. I'm still all for the let's just move north and maybe this is a future Spectro problem.
TFO.
Farazan says, at this point, I do not want these behind us if they are planning to attack us.
It's valid.
Rathiel says, "Is that one holding an accordion?" And then when you turn back, he's just running up the path.
How many of y'all could easily cross the water? Like I could do it. I mean,
I
if
mean,
you're,
I don't have to cross the water.
that's true. I mean,
No.
are we gonna?
With
What's
that.
the plan? Like, wait for them to cross, or
I
get
don't know.
ourselves across there, or just keep going north?
You hear a few more step out.
Yeah.
Where are they stepping out from?
The jungle.
Over here?
Just
Across?
They're-
Right of a schma?
yeah. Do you see? Are they showing up?
Oh,
They're
no.
just little.
I see it now.
Do you see them? Yeah, they're just literally like, I mean, almost feels like predators. How just walks out of the jungle, and all of a sudden they're just there. Like their hiding skills in the
it's not.
jungle are ridiculous. Apparently,
Are they
Let's
on
leave
the
these
map?
behind and hope that there aren't
Do you
more
not see them?
ahead.
No, I don't
Nope.
see them on
No,
the
We
map.
that's how well
Are they on the
camouflaged
GM
they
layer?
are.
Yeah.
they're on the GM layer.
Okay. I was like, it sounds like you're telling us that they're on the map, but I don't see them on the map. Okay.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it now.
Okay.
I mean,
This is the Flint, and these others. This one, like the two flanks came out with the first order. It sounds like it was given, and then a few more seconds pass. You guys are kind of like, oh, "What are we doing here?" It snarls another order, and two more walk out.
Okay. Are we going or are we
Alright.
staying?
I've made my plan,
Okay.
or at least
true.
cast my vote.
Metro's gone.
Yeah.
All right. Farazan's going to start
Can
backing to the north, but he's going to keep an eye on them.
Backing
Oh, north.
to the. Oh, you're moving.
Yeah,
moving north.
he's keeping an eye on them, but he's going to go down the path and kind of look over shoulders, like, are we going? We're going. Let's go.
Rathiel's not even on the map anymore, hardly.
Yeah.
All right. So you start moving away, and you hear another just snarl again. You know,
It's like,
hyena like.
cool show, Force Bro. We'll
Yep.
see you later.
Yep.
proud of you.
What if they
Couple
mess up
more.
our boat? We're gonna need it.
Or they-
We needed it more to get here than we will to get home. I mean, if you know how to float on your back, we're good.
Are they territorial enough? I guess Farazan will ask. Are they? Should we worry about them claiming this as their territory? Or
So you're saying this out loud, and you've had several really good history checks,
Mhm.
and of it, everybody else just discussing these things are absolutely the most territorial creatures you will ever meet, and you kind of figure that's why this other tribe is dead. They were here in their area a couple of days ago, and they took them out.
Okay.
These things absolutely are territorial.
Okay.
Like
So
viciously.
here's my only thought. I do think that we should go north, but if we leave them here, they're obviously going to come. Like they're obviously going to attack us at some point, and I would rather fight that one that has that flail thing from far away than right up in his grill.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm happy to go north.
All I have to say about that.
That's fine, but I just wanted to just throw that out there.
Well, you're
That
talking
it's
about
probably
two, four, how many of these things are out here now? It's a lot of ranged attacks.
6 and the Flint.
Alternatively, Farazan can walk over and grab that boat and hold it up.
Yeah, the boat would be total full cover. I mean,
That might not be a bad idea.
I'm happy
Okay.
to fight them if that's what we want to do.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to if this is their territory and we figured it out, they're like, let's go ahead and make the stand here. The map is ready. We're ready.
hey, I make the map so that you guys will have something to look at to make your decisions.
Yep. So
I was listening to
Yeah, so it's like
another
that.
actual play podcast the other night, and I heard the GM say something along the lines of, "All right, I'm just going to take you to this RP only map."
You guys have RP'd your way out of fights. Lots of fights in this campaign, for sure.
as he casually measures from the knolls.
That wasn't me.
Me.
We are well
I'm just-
within
I'm just
longbow range,
checking.
let me tell you.
Yeah, as I
Yeah.
quietly type in the coordinates for the nuclear bomb. Yeah, I go in peace.
That's funny.
So what are you doing? You're at the edge of the jungle on that side. He's definitely standing at the trailhead. You see them walk out, and then you stop, and the Flynn continues to bark orders, and slowly, they all emerge from the jungle on the far side of the river.
All right. Farazan's going to walk over toward the boat. He says, at the very least, we could use this as a large shield. So he's going to walk that way. Does that spark anything if he walks along the tree line behind the... Okay. All right. Then he will walk to there.
Just don't bare your teeth or beat your chest.
Right?
Or attack.
Just pick up the boat and just calmly walk back to the beach with it.
That's exactly what he's
Taking
going to
this.
do. I'm
Taking this with me.
taking this with me. No, he's
Shoot that oil can.
yeah, he's literally going to take the boat by the anchor chain, and from the front there where the rope is on, and let's see, walk up to here.
Okay.
Well, they did pull it on. He did pull on the shore before, but he's going to grab by the front of
It's
it.
on shore.
Yeah.
It's on shore. You
Yeah.
did that. You specifically stated that. So
Yep.
it's like half and half.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
he's gonna-
floating off anytime soon.
Yeah, he's going to drag the boat and then start going back this direction.
You literally are taking it with you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna need a strength check. Rowing
Okay.
the boat's one thing; it's made for water. But
Yep.
dragging this gigantic canoe on land is a little tough.
14.
14. All right, you start pulling, but not. I mean, you're pulling, you're edging it like inches, but not quite the desired effect. I'm sure you're trying to like pull it. It's
Okay.
edging up. It's like inches at this point.
Oh, he does have that. What is it? The racial trait where he can lift three
lift.
times the. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's still heavier than that.
This is a big boat.
Okay.
He do even lift, bro.
Well, you know what? Let's just take a second. How much can you lift? I mean, you got a 19 strength? Is that right?
Yeah. How would I determine
Uh,
that? Carrying capacity,
let's-
strength score times 15.
So 300.
Oh, push, drag, or lift 30 times your strength score. So
Never mind. Never
Whoa.
mind. No. So 90 times your strength score
Yeah.
is what you can push drag that. Nah, you're pulling it fine.
Okay.
Never mind. Yeah, because I didn't think about that. It's I didn't think it was quite triple. I thought it was like double maybe, but triple. Yeah, you're just
So
like
many pounds.
just, you're really not even struggling.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those like watch. He's just going to like pick up the boat and just kind of watching the leader. He's just dragging it by one hand.
Just staring at the leader.
Yeah, exactly.
Dragging the boat.
You're meeting his show of strength with your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Like-
Spectro has found some dim light in the jungle.
Okay, you're part of the jungle.
Fezan's strong enough to get back in the boat and row it up the shore through the jungle.
And he's just going to drag it like up to right there, up to the trailhead. And it's like, all right, if we're going to do something, we've got cover.
Give me,
I brought you a shield.
Yeah, I brought you a shield.
give me your best check. Intimidation, persuasion, something along those lines. Whatever you're the best at,
Okay.
and then take
Uh,
advantage.
Okay. I'll just do intimidation.
Okay.
Can I give guidance, please?
Guidance is a touch. So
Can I
no.
walk up and well, shoot.
Yeah, well, the intimidation is from the fact that he's pulling a boat.
Fort-
and
14.
Not breaking his sweat in a jungle.
Yeah, 14.
Okay.
14. And that's with advantage? 13?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're pulling, like, you just one arm to wrap up the rope and just looking straight into the eyes of the opposing leader, just casually drag your luggage onto shore. And you hear it not quite as aggressive or loud, just a little bit, and they all kind of start backing up.
Oh,
Good
Nice.
job. You hear from
That was
some
unexpected.
indeterminate place in the forest.
almost screams.
From a shadowy place in the forest.
Actually, you just hear it in your head.
Yeah.
Spectro's like not giving away his location at all. You just he uses his he has 30 foot of telepathy, so you just know that he's within 30 feet of you. That's it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
should probably activate the group telepathy.
so I'm just trying to think of this from their perspective, right?
Mhm.
These 4 adventurers get out of a boat, they check things out, they point immediately across the shore, so they've determined where the arrows come from. They look around and they immediately go start moving north. We step out, and the biggest one goes and just picks up the boat and puts it on shore, looking at me the whole time. We're not going to fuck with them. We're just going to back up. We're just going to yeah.
They're also going. Weren't there 4 of them a minute ago?
Right. Well, right now they're all eyes on Farazan, so it's just, I mean, and no joke, this boat probably easily a ton. Like it's a big boat.
It's
And
big.
you just-
It is a big boat.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, and they melt back into the jungle.
First, just
Okay.
bye.
And you hear in the distance.
Leave it.
Farazan puts the boat down and says, "Okay, let's go." quick,
Perfect.
quick, like bunny.
A little
was-
late on that one.
See, I had a map.
Uh huh.
You could have fought,
Uh-huh.
and you did cool shit, and you didn't have to fight.
Yay.
So you are heading north in this jungle. Let me find my map. My map. The gnolls are discussing their cowardice. Okay. Heading north, the trail isn't great, but considering this is a thick jungle, just having anything at all that's just not trees is enough to keep you online. I do want the best of you to give me a survival check. I mean, whoever's leading the path, just to make sure, because it's not marked by any means. It's more like a game trail and probably a trail used by these gnolls, like for generations. But they also know how to move through a jungle without making too much.
Yeah.
Not messing it up.
I have
too
a
much, right?
+8 on survival.
That's
Ooh,
pretty good.
Nice.
Better
Go
than
ahead.
mine.
Go for it.
All right, go ahead and give me a
Oh, it was a
survival.
17 and it rolled over to a 3. It's an 11.
Oh, rolled over to a 3. Oh, you got the physical dice too.
She's
Yeah.
yeah.
So 11. Again, it's not that hard. Like there is somewhat of a path. Honestly, you really kind of couldn't have failed. I didn't realize you had a +8 to survival. Yeah. So whoever, I don't. What's your marching order? Are you out in
I
front?
guess I'll-
Just
I don't
checking
know.
things out.
I can bring
I
up
guess
the
so.
rear.
Yeah. If Alma's leading, then Farazan's right behind her.
And Spectro's behind Farazan for
Yeah.
the same reason as always.
For reasons.
Again.
Shade.
I'll be in the
He likes
back,
the-
feeling
he likes
itchy
the
between
view
my
from
shoulder
back
blades.
there.
Yeah.
Dim light.
Shouldn't have got that target tattoo.
Another bullseye. All right, so you let's actually back up for just a second. It's getting dark. It's the end of the day.
All right.
You've been on the river all day rowing. Farazan, you're not exhausted, but you're pretty damn tired.
Yeah.
You just pulled a boat, and right now it's not so hard. But Alma, you know when it gets dark, it's going to be pretty hard to stay on this trail in this jungle. So might be a good idea to
Make camp.
call
Stop.
it a night. Like take a rest
Okay. You guys want to make
if
camp?
you want to. If you want to, it'll just be harder. It'll be disadvantage throughout the rest of the day, and you'll just get lost in the jungle. It's a big, dark, dank.
Never to be
Even-
found again.
Even with dark vision, we would be at disadvantage navigating this game trail.
It's not so much the trail. Like she's having trouble in daylight, just because it's so overgrown, and this is maybe a hunting trail used by rangers and druids, right? So it's to call it a trail is a stretch. It's just the only reason you knew where the head was is because the trailhead is because that was where all those tracks were going. You're on this trail now, and you're not really seeing tracks. Even what you think was the paladins, you're not even seeing his. So it's just it would be impossible. It would not be impossible, but it would be pretty tough to go all night, stay on the trail, and then if you don't rest, you're gonna have exhaustion in the morning.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
put
up for another fight with 3 hill giants. What about y'all?
let's put a little bit of distance between us and the river, and then find a place to make camp
Okay,
while we have some light.
sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Hold it for the night. Give me. I'll go ahead and Thalma, since you get the best one. Give me a survival check.
To find a camp.
Just for general,
Good God.
like what 14's great. These aren't hard rolls. It's just
Yeah, but it's a 6.
so you find a good place that's not just absolutely soaking wet from rain, and you get a good camp set up.
Okay. And I'm gonna say this again. Atkins, did you write down the Gauntlets of Ogre Power on Spectro?
I have them, yes.
Okay, good.
But they required attunement, and I haven't done that because I have other things.
Okay.
So, but yes, I've got them.
Okay, then never mind.
Nah. Okay.
But this is the opportunity for.
Attunement.
I know that was a potion. We don't want that. This is an opportunity for achievement. If you wanted to swap that out.
I like my loadout.
Yeah.
So, I think I'd like kind of mentioned that before, but I mean, I took them.
Is,
Yeah.
Got him around his neck,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
like boxing gloves.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you find a place. You hold it for the night. Don't worry about watches. There are nothing's stirring in this jungle tonight except for gnolls, and you're pretty sure they're not going to follow you anytime soon. So,
Excellent.
night's rest. You've had a long rest. Wake up the next morning, and continue on up the trail. And stop me if there's something else you want to do. Just going to move on through. Don't want to describe every single step you take.
Are we on the right path, Biori?
Do you?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, that's a good. Do you want to talk to Baori in the morning? You absolutely can. It's part of you can cast that spell as a ritual. I got no problem with it.
No.
Okay. So you're heading north, and what you feel is probably maybe a mile through the jungle, and it takes you half the day to get that far. You come up to a clearing. The trail actually turns into a trail. It widens out. You've got a clearing in the jungle. You have a clearing because you're starting to see knolls. God, that's terrible.
Foothills?
Hilly-
Foothills?
Foothills. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah. But not a huge range of them. But you're seeing like this small range of hilly area opens up, and it looks like it's been cleared years and years ago, and the jungle just never really kind of moved back into it. But what you see very obviously in front of you is a large cave. Like you step out of the jungle into this cleared area. About 100 yards away from you is this hilly area, and on the side of one of the hills is a not just a little bitty cave, like a monstrous size cave opening in the side of this hill. And the trail does continue on, like skirting the edge of the jungle where it was cleared out, but continues on to the northwest. Excuse me.
Is this home as labeled on the map?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Then I do believe we are on the right path. Let's keep going. Or should we check to see?
Now he wants to keep going. Earlier it was like, we got to go get the boat.
Give him a minute. Maybe he'll decide to go and get the cave and bring that.
Should we check? Should we check to see if anyone is home?
Still not clear whose home that is, considering that it was written in. Is it written in ogre or giant or something?
Gnole, right?
The map on the back.
It was an ogre.
I mean, if it's
It's an
dark in
ogre.
there, I'm
I'm
pretty
sorry.
good at not being
Giant.
seen in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go check it out.
Go for it.
But you're well out of the range of dark vision, and it's not dark. Like you're bright and sunny outside right now, especially in the clearing. But the cave itself is 100 yards away. The cave opening itself is about 100 yards away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go stick my head in there. Once I'm in the dark, I'm
Poof.
pretty good at being evasive or just flat out unseen. Assuming that whatever's in there has the ability to see in the dark anyway. But I don't mind sticking my head in there real quick. Spectro definitely prefers to be in dim or dark places. All this walking around outside in the open it's just not his style. So as ready as he was to just run away from a bunch of gnolls earlier, you don't get the sense that it was because of the danger inherent in itself so much as the disadvantages that he felt in that particular set of circumstances.
Yep.
So
Yep.
like popping his head in a cave, he's like, all right, I'll go do that. It's fine.
Okay, we can keep moving that way.
Right, if
So is it
you're
just
not back in
Spectro?
10 minutes, we'll wait longer.
Everybody going?
Yeah.
I
Who's
guess
going to the cave?
Spectro.
is.
Just Spectro? Okay. So you head up towards the cave entrance, and you get within, 60 feet, right? So the edge of your dark vision, and you start walking in closer to pierce the darkness. And I don't know if it matters whether or not, realize, if you're out in the light, you can't see in the dark because eyeballs, dilating and whatnot. Whatever. You keep approaching, and this massive cave continues to go back into the side of the mountain, and you are up to the cave entrance, looking 60 feet into the cave, and honestly, well before you get there, you are just bowled over with the stench of decay and rot, and I guess you would recognize fresh blood, fresh blood that's been spilled, mixed in with this rotting smell.
Yeah, crap.
Mike, did you cast the telecommunications thing?
I did, but I didn't roll for it, so let me do that. See how long it lasts.
Telecom.
Did you cast Ma Bell?
Yeah, 5 hours.
5 hours.
And that has a range of what?
Mile, I think, isn't it?
Oh, really?
At least
it's a long-
4.3
it's a long way.
Spectros.
Okay.
Within 1 mile. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So I mean,
pretty-
I'll relay what I'm smelling. Am I seeing that stuff too? Am I seeing anything besides what is immediately recognizable as the source of the stench? Is there anything moving in there?
You do not see anything moving. You don't see even a source of the stench.
Okay.
But what you do see are lots of different kinds of footprints. You even think, well, give me let's see how much you figure out. Give me a survival check.
Survival.
Survival.
Wow.
10. Okay. So again, you're able to recognize certain kinds of footsteps. You do absolutely see Alex footsteps. You can tell they're a bit older because there's other tracks on top of them, right? So, and they seem fresher. So you can tell that he was here a couple of weeks ago. Still not exactly sure. He has gone into this cave.
Okay.
You see various different kinds of reptilian tracks. You see some gnoll tracks. You see some just
I don't
fauna
see the
of
back of the cave.
No. Oh, no.
Okay.
And you see, and you're not quite sure, not with a 10, but you see a enormous set of tracks. It's not lizard though. It's got a padded foot, but
Okay.
it is I don't know, 5 feet long. Each footprint,
The footprint is 5 feet long.
Yeah. Big old foot.
That's a Spectro and a half.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's double Spectro length.
That's unsettling to him for sure.
2.25 Spectros.
So I'll communicate all that, and I'm like, there's nothing that is imminently dangerous, like within 60 feet of, like as far as I could see, there's nothing waiting in, like lying in wait, like we had experienced at the on the river shore. It's like, if you want me to go and move in until I see something that could kill me, I'll consider it.
Yes, please do.
smart.
Go in until you're
Carry
just
on.
about to die, and then come out.
I mean, I can bamf in here, so I mean, I've got ways of getting out of here for sure. It's just, how curious are you about what I've reported to y'all?
Should
So
we
my
continue?
My only in-character thing is that I think the map seems to indicate that the trail goes through the cave, but that could just be the way the map is drawn.
So, does anybody remember, like,
No.
the history of this particular map? Telling about how Tercival got the map.
Oh, how he got the map?
Because he didn't buy anything. Like, he just took it off dead bodies, essentially.
Let's see. The only
his
thing
adventures.
the only thing I have of that one is it's about the Spellweavers trying to create a portal to another plane.
Okay, that's the etching on the front.
Yeah.
And then on the back, you've got this handwriting that is giantish.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that Jinya told you that he found it on the dead body of an ogre that he killed in this jungle.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I mean,
Oh! This is the ogre's home. Who made the map? Who made the map? Okay.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I was thinking that's where Alec was hanging out. So no, we don't need to go in here then. I mean, Alec was here, right?
Yeah, you see it. Alec was here. You're right on the wall.
Do we,
Yeah, you definitely see the Alec's footprints
And Spectro,
going in and coming out.
yeah, Spectro, you see him having left the cave anytime recently?
Yes,
Okay.
I say without consulting the GM whatsoever.
Say it again. I was looking at something.
I was asking if we had seen a matching pair of Alec in and Alec out prints.
Yeah, Alec in,
Yeah,
Alec out.
You definitely see his footprints going in and coming out later.
Okay, fair
I'll
enough.
tell how later, but
Okay.
a 10's not terrible, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a terrible roll, but if
So
you
we're good
roll
here? We're good.
a bit higher, you'd know probably to the day at least.
I mean,
I'll
we
make
can
my way out.
investigate. I think there may be some more information in here, but I mean, Alec is definitely not here. So,
Yeah, we can hit it on our way back, you know.
And also, Alma could probably,
oh,
I mean,
yeah.
or she's pretty good with stuff like that.
I think the three of us should go on up there and see. All
Okay. Let's go.
right, trudging along,
Hey.
trudging.
Wait a minute, y'all are coming into the cave?
Find some
You're
fun.
not in the cave. You're at the mouth of the cave.
Oh,
Find
You
some.
have not gone in the cave.
Find
you
someplace
told me
dark.
Otherwise, you see 60 feet into the cave, which is the edge of your dark vision, and then that's where I
Gotcha.
stopped you to kind of give you more information.
okay.
If you wanted to go in further, by all means, I don't let me stop you. I just thought that's where you wanted to
Well,
stop.
yeah, if they're like, let's press on, it makes some sense for me to still be kind of vanguardy in reconnaissancey.
Okay. So because you're essentially invisible in pure darkness. And you
Yeah.
step in 5 or 10 feet, and you are in, like, you get out of the light that's shining in from the mouth of the cave. It is pitch black, but that smell is getting really strong. and the cave keeps going further back. It does seem to veer a little bit, but it stays massive. Like it doesn't shrink down to a tunnel. It's
How high are the ceilings here? Like in this
about
cave?
45 feet.
Good lord! I was hoping
Yeah.
that you were going to say something really short so that they would be mismatched with the footprints, and I would feel safer. But you didn't.
Yeah.
All right, the three of us are getting closer,
Okay.
Yeah.
you're
but
at
it'll
you're at the
it'll take a minute.
mouth of the cave. I mean,
I'll stay. I mean, I can. I think my Banff distance is 60 feet, right? I think that's right. And if that is true, then yeah, it's 60 feet. So I'll stay that far ahead of them in full recon mode. If you want me to roll perceptions or whatever else, I could do that. But that'll be the distance that I'm keeping on everybody.
give me a stealth check. That's what I'd like to have.
Ooh.
Come back, come back, come back, come back.
You can't do that. I'm gonna use my inspiration on this
All right.
because I'm nervous about that giant footprint, and that's Spetro saying that. That's why he was asking about the ceilings too. So it's shift click on stealth or on whatever. To
Yeah, hold down the left shift key and it should change into 2 pluses
Okay. There we go.
or into a plus.
21.
There you go. There you go.
That's a good stealth check. All right, so you go in another 60 feet, which is around the bend, and as you're coming around, you do start to, you see the cave just rapidly coming smaller. So you feel like you're coming to the end of the cave, right? But as you come around the corner, you also start seeing the cause of some of the smells and some of the footprints that you've been seeing and tasting in the air as you've been walking through this dark cave. You see an old baboon carcass, like 4 or 5 days old, starting to rot, a little bit of bloat, shredded. I mean, ripped apart. You step a few more feet inside, and you see a raptor body, just mutilated. Dinosaur, yeah.
You did mean dinosaur, not just like bird of prey. Okay, dinosaur's
Yeah.
way cooler.
Yes. A velociraptor. How about
Okay.
Cool.
a couple of those, like 2 or 3 of them. Looks like they were hunting in a pack and got hunted back. And then you also, further on in, around the corner, you see what looks like much further along decayed body of a large humanoid figure. And then in the very back, nestled in the back end of this cave, you see a mountain of fur just kind of rolled up, curled up, breathing, apparently asleep. Didn't notice you come in through the cave. It's obviously lying down and curled up like animals do.
Yeah.
And it's about 25 feet tall, lying down on the side.
All right. It's Sonic the Bear Hog.
Get out of there, man.
I report all of the above in telechat.
Hey! Oh, okay. Hey, guys.
Yeah, for a second I forget myself. Just scream it out loud. No, I'm like,
It's just by accident, just a tiny. But
so
perfectly.
by now you guys have been smelling the smells. Well, now I'm seeing
you
the
smell it, for
sights,
sure.
and it's large, like at least 5-6 spectros tall, and it's lying down at that height.
I don't think there's any information in there. Come back out.
I don't mind doing that. I will.
Bear with me.
Let me. Does my shadow step? Does it make a sound? We've been calling it Banff, but
Very
doesn't.
subtle.
It doesn't specify.
There's no verbal.
It goes.
Yeah. It goes. I was here, and then I'm not. Yeah.
Just by the time it gets to open the cave, it's a sonic boom.
Yeah. I'll. Do I want to roll stealth to get back to y'all, or just Banff back that way? Get out of here.
Whatever
I'll
is the
Banff.
quietest.
I'll Banff. I don't think it's concussively loud, at least.
Unless it has a verbal component or whatever. No, it's just
Yeah,
I mean,
it
you're
doesn't
made
fit,
for the
yeah.
shadows. You're made for stealth. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be like bang pots together to teleport in the darkness. I mean,
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no sound. It's very subtle.
Yeah, but I reappear. I know a couple of you guys have dark vision. I don't think does everybody have dark vision. I think there's one of you that doesn't, right?
I do.
Do not.
I do.
So I bamf back over there and just tell Chad, I'm like, yeah, we know. Let's
Nope,
leave.
nope.
And then you hear another bamf. I'm like, I'll see you guys outside.
To the tree line.
Yeah, it's just a series of bamfs.
Trathiel's like, it's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this, and pulls out the necklace of fireballs.
All right, to the northwest.
And heading back out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head out, leave the cave, go back to the trail, head back northwest, and we will pick this up next time. 'Cause it's been
Sweet.
2
Alright.
hours.
Ooh.
Whew. That could have been interesting.
Scary.
Messy.
Yeah.
Very messy.
Very messy.
Yeah. What was my other roll on advantage? 17. That's still not bad, but I'm still glad that I rolled a 21.
Well, I mean, so the DC is lower for it to hear you because it's a very echoey chamber. But
Mhm.
when you're asleep, you're at disadvantage to perception, disadvantage to perception to hear things. So, 17 still. That's. I mean, if you take an Alma, like, hey, Alma, go check things out. Clank, clank. Well, you got that armor. No, you got the new armor now. I still have my
Yeah,
handkerchief
I don't clang
disadvantage.
around anymore.
You don't mess around anymore. So, how many of you guys, when you're in an adventure and you work your way around what is perceived to be a huge threat, are in the back of your mind going, "I want to fight it just to know what it is"?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do,
Real
but
time.
I do, but like I said, if we're really feeling big at the after we go and get Alec, then
No,
we
I
can-
think you made an excellent decision.
Yeah.
What you
It's
just did,
true.
but it's always like in the back of your head, you're like, "Oh, what that was? What did it have loot?" Yeah.
the puppy just
Oh.
woke up. You want to see the puppy?
We'll
Yes.
find out.
Let's see the puppy.
Everybody, there's going to be a puppy.
Puppy.
Hey, my inspiration
Oh.
is
Hey.
Oh.
You are inspired.
How cute. Look at his ears.
That's a cute puppy.
Puppy!
She was good enough to take an hour and 45 minutes of sleep during the stream.
Aw.
Perfect timing.
What a good girl.
I just know next time I'll put her down earlier.
Cute.
You're a giant burden on your mother.
And I figured out I have this chaise lounge in my bedroom, and I had to turn it. That's what I was doing right before we started streaming. I'm trying to turn it where I could put her on it and just keep her there. It seemed to work, but now both of the dogs are moving, so probably means potty time, or she's looking
Yeah.
for something to chew, because that's the mode that she lives in constantly right now.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us. We will pick back up next week and get to the end of this long jungle trail.
Sounds like
Yay,
fun.
Jungle Cruise.
See you then.
Welcome to
guys.
the jungle.
See you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Aussie, I think.